So it is time for your US student visa interview. After months of work, you've secured your dream admit, and this is the last step in the process before you set off on your dreams. You must be wondering, what are the most common questions, what are the most ideal answers, and what mistakes you have to avoid while giving these answers to the visa officer. Gradvine has a 99% student visa success rate, and we guide thousands of candidates every year on their US student visa process. So therefore, these are the most common questions you're likely to see, and we also talk about how our students have been successful with the ideal answers. As a bonus, I'm going to also tell you how visa officers think after each one of these answers so that you can ace your visa interview. So stay tuned. Question number 1. Which university are you attending? I'm attending Northeastern University for their MIS program. Right. So this is a question that you will most certainly face, and this will be the first question that the visa officer asks you. Now, unless the officer asks you why you wish to attend this program, don't go into the justification. Answer the question to the point. Just state the university name and the program name with confidence. Why are you attending this program at this university? I wish to attend Northeastern University's Masters in Information Systems program because it aligns with my career goals. I work as a software developer right now, and this program will help me crack my dream job of a product manager. Now, the justifications for this can be different depending on the degrees you're applying to. This justification that I gave you was for a career transition, which is absolutely fair. But if you want to indulge in certain education in terms of research or working with certain professors, you can add that part of the answer as well. It's absolutely fine. The important part here is to keep it short and to be confident with the answer. You have to be on point. Usually, if confidence comes through, visa officers will not delve into the technicalities of your subject. So prepare well for this particular answer. Why do you wish to study this program in the US? Why not some other country? The US has some of the finest MIS programs that allow a transition into product management in the world. Also, I will have the opportunity to intern at some terrific companies and boost my knowledge and my career prospects. Therefore, I want to be exposed to this ecosystem. Once again, the answer has to be short. It's okay if you say that you want to gain practical corporate work experience. It's okay if you want to say that the US has some of the finest education in that area. As long as it's a simple and clear answer, you're absolutely fine. Don't overcomplicate this. Once again, it is imperative that you're clear about why you wish to attend this program. If you are genuinely excited about going to this program and the education out there, that will translate in your answer that you're giving the visa officer, and you should be absolutely fine. What are your plans after you graduate from the program? Are you planning to return to your home country? After I graduate from the program, I plan to work as a product manager at some of the top tech companies in the world like Microsoft or Amazon. I might use my OPT period, post which I intend to return to India. Once again, you can see that the answer was short. It is absolutely fine to say you wish to work in the US for some time. I've had people who've said they want to even use the H-1B and stay for a long time, have their visas accepted. I've seen people who said they want to come back immediately after they graduate, have their visas rejected. So there is no hard and fast rule here. The key is to be practical with your answers and keep everything in sync. Since in the earlier answers I've mentioned about a career in product management, I'm mentioning that I want to use my OPT period, which is absolutely fine because that is completely legal. However, if I were you, I would avoid mentioning settling down long term in the US because it plants a seed of doubt in the visa officer's mind, which can very easily be avoided. How are you going to pay for this degree? I have secured an education loan from XYZ company for about 40 lakhs. The remainder of my expenses will be taken care of by my parents and by my personal savings. Understand this, even though you might have a bunch of documents with your sanction letters in hand, visa officers are likely not to see it if your answer is confident. Of course, if you want to show an extra level of assurance and confidence, you can also end the answer by saying, if you wish to verify any documents, I have all of them with me. But don't make the mistake of pushing your documents into the visa officer's hands or try showing them if they don't ask you. That might annoy them. What do your parents do for a living? My father is employed at a major multinational company working in the tech sector. He's a senior vice president at this point. My mother is a homemaker. Now, this might seem like an easy answer because if your parents are holding full-time jobs and have a good source of income, then the intent to immigrate from a student's point of view is limited in the visa officer's mind. But the key is, even if your parents are retired or are not completely employed at this point in time, it's absolutely fine to state that honestly. Once you start lying, you try and cover up your tracks, and that's when the suspicion arises in the visa officer's mind. Be honest about your answer, and if required, justify what other sources of income or immovable properties your parents have that they can depend on. That shows that you have ties back to your home country and will reduce the chances of rejection. How many universities did you apply to and how many accepted you? I applied to 6 programs. I got accepted by 3 and I got rejected by 3. And among the 3 that I got into, I'm choosing to go to Northeastern. Now, the key here is to be a little smart. Most students might apply to 10 or 12 universities. Don't reveal that to the visa officer. They have no means of having the data in terms of the number of universities that you applied to. So keep it to a smaller number and justify why that you got into your dream university in any case. So you're very happy going in case the follow-up question comes. If not, you'll be absolutely fine with a simple and straightforward answer. All right. So these are the most common questions that have been appearing in visa interviews for the last couple of years. And in fact, even this year. But as a bonus, I have another point which some of you might be worried about. If you're somebody who has a gap in employment or has graduated a while ago from college and hasn't been employed since then, what do you do then to justify this career gap? So what have you been doing since you graduated from college? I took a gap to prepare for the GRE because I was very intent on applying to a US master's program. During this duration, along with my applications, I took up some courses that helped me upskill for the program of choice. I took up an introduction to product management course on Udemy, which will prepare me for the course that I'm applying to and also for my future career post the program. Career gaps are absolutely fine. We've had people with 2 or 3 year career gaps also get their visas approved. So don't be hesitant about giving that answer honestly again. Of course, it's good if you have some sort of justification in terms of how you spent that time so that it doesn't seem like you are going nowhere in your career and therefore are going to the US for a university with no other choice. It should seem like a concrete plan. So those were the most common visa interview questions, my sample answers to them, and of course, some tips which you should avoid. Of course, depending on the program that you're going to, you'll have to change your answers and tweak them a little bit. This is just to give you a sense of how certain you have to be, how clear you have to be about your goals, and how short your answers have to be. Now, of course, if you have any specific questions with respect to your visa interview and some other doubts you may have, please comment down on the video below and my team will answer your questions for absolutely free. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe.